Thanks for staying with us. So, 2023 is around the corner, and lots of people have started declaring their presidential ambition. Recently, the former governor of Lagos State had expressed his intention to the president. He's yet to tell the rest of Nigerians, according to him. Then a young lady, Khadija Okunu, also recently, Okunu Lamidi, also recently declared her intention. And then the governor, I think of Ebonyi State, also declared. And I'm seeing that more people are declaring. So now that we're in the season of declarations, we'd like to hear Nigerians, like, who would you like, or what's the kind of candidate would you like to see as you approach 2023? Because there are different variables that are being offered. There is the experience, the antecedents. There's the young. There's the fresh woman. We know there is somebody who is different, who is from there's the tribal angle to where it's in the southeast deserves a place as a presidency. So there are different variables that are being considered, and I'd like to hear Nigerians. What are your thoughts on this? Who are you thinking about? What are you thinking about concerning 2023? Do you have your PVCs? Are you excited about the options that have been provided? And what other people do you think should be considered, or should consider putting their self forward? Somebody was saying that addition of the current president of the African Development Bank should also come forward, you know. Or that I would have loved to see a Tony Elumelu at this time come forward. It would be great to see different faith. Let just people come forward. But what are your thoughts? I'd like to hear your thoughts. You can call us on 09139076948, 08127053687. You can also send us messages on YouTube and Facebook. We'd like to. I think our Twitters are on now.
Yeah.
Let's go to Twitter. Back on Twitter. Yeah, let's go. Yes, your view hashtag your view TVC. So please send your tweets to hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. So, ladies, what do you think? Are you excited about the options that are coming on the table? And we're hoping for more. Yes, Dr. Let me start with you.
Last week we had like 3, Chukwukamoye, someone who's been on our show before, also declared for presidency, aside from Khadija. There's this other man that was a director in CBN. I don't know, his name just skipped me right now.
Mogalu.
Mogalu is also still in the run. So I'm happy about the new faces I'm seeing. For me, I feel that Nigeria is at the point where we need a mixture of someone who understands the politics and someone who will drive the right policies. Not one or the other. One will not achieve what we want to do at all. We cannot rely on the experience of a politician alone. Neither can we rely on the mindset of a technocrat alone. I feel that we need a ticket that is unusual. We need a ticket that combines maybe the presidency as someone who is a technocrat, the vice presidency as I would like a technocrat for a change, because all through our democracy so far, we've had more people in the political space. And we would like to have someone in tech that is a technocrat, someone that understands these are the right policies. Yet we know that if we ignore the politics, we would have more crises on our hands after his tenure. So it's important that we find that, strike that balance.
There are technocrats turned politicians too.
Yes.
There's somebody who has seen that, you know, he has been a technocrat for many years. And so is that the best of both worlds, would you say? Or what do you think? I mean, let me come to Morayo. Who would you like? What would you like, as we're seeing different declarations? What are you thinking in your mind? Are you excited about the options that are out there? Are you hoping more people will come forward for presidency?
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping more people will come forward. As much as I would like fresh minds, fresh face, fresh ideas, I think our Nigerian story and our Nigerian situation is about experience. So it would be very important for this person to be fresh as well as experienced. And I also understand that the way Nigerian politics works is that sometimes technocrats come into this space and the politics of it overwhelms them or takes away from the work that they are willing to do. I also need someone who is very, so if you're experienced and then you are what's the word now, really confident and ready to, make sure that what is right is being passed. So I don't want someone who will lead us who is wishy-washy, who is easily turned around, who listens to too many people. Right now, we have a direction, and I'm looking for a leader who has that sort of, mindset of we have a serious work on our hands, and this is where we're headed.
So we have Governor Yahaya Bello and even Dele Momodu.
Yeah.
He has also declared.
True.
So these are people. So with
Morayo
the numbers.
declare now.
So we have Governor Yahaya. Recently, the vice president of the vice president of some country was recently. It was in the papers today. I can't remember which country. Came to see him, and I'm thinking, bros, you're already talking to presidents.
Yes,
so when it comes to BC.
Okay, so Nigeria is heterogeneous in nature. We are large. We cannot easily compare ourselves with smaller countries who have been able to put their acts together. And I'd like us not to just focus on, the presidency that will be happening in 2023, but let's continue in the line of the issues we've had so far, which is about restructuring and ensuring that we start practicing true federalism. So when we sort that out, where we know that the regions are strong, the regions are able to control themselves, control their resources, whoever is at the top will now be able to be more effective. Whatever you put in will show. So now if you bring a young person, no matter how young and vibrant you think you are, and you put them at that center, it's not like a state government, it's federal right now. There are a lot of intricacies that happen that you may not even be able to handle or control. And before you know it, it seems like the person is not working. You're not feeling the impact of that work. For me, I would like to see someone who has a vision, someone who has track record in their private business, someone who has been able to, grow a company from start to a great place, has a success story that we can see how you've started small and you have grown, you've built, you have empowered people. Someone who understands how to, carry people along with the work that they do. So we see on one hand that this person has a flourishing enterprise or company or business and all that. And if you're able to handle that at that level, you will be able to handle other things. So I want that. I don't just want us to focus on, probably want a young person, a fresh face, someone who is just coming from university and hasn't really done anything. And then, I don't want that. Right, so but let's not forget that we need to restructure. Our constitution needs serious amendments so that the work whoever is going to be at the top will be more effective.
Okay, so I think you've reminded us of the fact that I think based on something we also said here repeatedly, that in the past few years we realized more than ever that the president is very, very small in the scheme of things. Really, it's beyond the presidency, that we put so much focus on who the president is, when the real problem we have a local government chairman. That's where that's the grassroots. We need a stronger legislature. We need stronger lawmakers. So we need a stronger judiciary. So these are the real factors. So when we put too much energy on who becomes president, we lose focus. I think that you're right in the sense that we're hoping and seeking for true federalism. But who has the guts, the strength, and tenacity to ensure, to drive true federalism, to drive this true federalism we seek? Because people have tried to do it. I know that Jonathan tried to start the process by this national conference. But unfortunately,
have they really tried?
No, they tried to have a conference to give us the direction. There was what they call it. I don't know. The confab report. That was submitted and never implemented. So he made an attempt. This president also came on the back that I will restructure. But unfortunately, it hasn't been done. So there is something extremely difficult in restructuring, and we need somebody who has that political will to push it through. And who does? Because Nigeria is a very complex.
It is so.
But in seeing that complexity, do we need somebody with totally different mindset that doesn't see the way you've been seeing it? Like from a different stock.
A school of thought, online here is of the opinion that why are we having the conversation when everybody knows you should go to Southeast? So there is the conversation that the people of the Southeastern people are feeling like we haven't had the opportunity to steer the ship. My first opinion with leadership shouldn't be about region or ethnicity, but we live in Nigeria. Hello, we live in Nigeria where campaign carries your religion and your ethnicity. So it's like saying that you are trying to ignore what is in the forefront, is right in our faces. So people are saying there must be sensitivity to segments of the country. And the moment you mention Southeast, I'm sure North Central to come out and say, we are not Central, we are not Northeast,
yes, we are Middle Belt.
We are Middle Belt.
Yes.
So,
Mariam too says she was
we are Middle Belt.
Mariam is from the Middle Belt.
We are Middle Belt.
It's a totally specific area. So, I believe
you are not now. Not
South,
not is not.
Southeast. The Southeast. Jonathan, former President Jonathan was from the South, not Southeast. You know, so at the end of the day, people will start bringing up that as well. I believe our focus should be on, if anybody is going to help us solve the economical challenges of this country,
can we rewind?
No, wait. Can I let me come in there?
Can I?
To look at the arguments that you're saying, which I think is quite reasonable.
It is.
You know, before we start analyzing, proving permutations and combinations, let Southeast go first.
Yes, I agree.
That's what we say. That okay. Before we start analyzing, should we competence here? Is it old? Is it young? Is it woman?
Let's find a competent person from that
first. Let Southeast go first. After they now do their own turn. They will now start to refresh. Now look and say, we don't care where they're from. Just bring somebody.
Yeah.
No.
Middle Belt will say they must also go.
No. I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
Competence first, experience, and all those things first before we start thinking of different.
Let
me explain to you, because you know when we say let them do their own first, we're talking 4 years or 8 years of Nigerian lives and experiences and insecurity that we're battling with and things like that. I want this person to be, I don't care where you're from, God knows. I just want that person to be the right person to understand these issues and be able to work it for us. So I think that comes first, and then all the others. So the people that will come out, these are people with experience, with tenacity, with the will to do what is right, with the, they have with the influence and to do what is right.
Honey, it's easier to say we want competence. It's easier to say we want someone who has the right vision and all of that when other people who feel disgruntled because they have not been given a chance in the one Nigeria not to have a chance. It's very easy to be on that side of the divide. The people of the Southeast are saying...
I've never run for president.
No, I know.
I'm the Nigerian too.
So the people of the Southeast are saying, are you saying of all of us, there is no competent person, there's no person with a vision, give us that chance, we balance it, then we can refresh the country. If peradventure you see that we have not done the work we have promised we are going to do. I think for true, federal character principle, we should give them a chance.
Yes, wait. Let me pause that statement.
Okay, pause it.
Nobody's giving anybody any chance.
Yes,
people are taking or demanding or not.
They should take their chance.
So nobody's giving. Nobody's serving it to you. Everybody is saying, no, wait, listen now. That was the party.
The two parties.
No, we are North and South. Yes. So that was the party. Not our constitution. Wait, this is party constitution.
Okay.
We're not talking about Nigerian constitution.
Okay.
Parties are saying North, South, whatever. That's their party.
Gentlemen's agreement.
Yes, that's the party.
They should honor it.
So we are saying, therefore,
as Nigerians,
I have to take this call. Hold it for a while.
They should honor
Good morning, Lawal. Are you there? Hello, Lawal.
Hello.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, thanks. My contribution is very simple. You're talking of the kind of candidate that I would prefer. Am I correct?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Candidate you would prefer, yes.
Now, I would prefer a candidate that will be bold enough in this country to say the truth to the federal government that what is the situation with the case of Wadume, that kidnapper that killed the policeman that went to arrest him, and he was rescued by the army, and the army refused to release that man, that captain, and the federal government refused to say anything on that one. I would prefer a candidate that can iron that out. I would donate my car for his campaign. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so there are different factors here. As I said, there's the factor of competence, experience, and the tribe, the zoning. There are different variables, I've said from the beginning. However, taking the issue of zoning, many people are sentimental to the fact that it should be Southwest's turn. But at the same time, Southeast turn.
Sister, calm down.
And that's the general perception. But there are other things of saying nobody's going to give you that.
You have to fight for it.
You have to be able to lobby. You have to be able to show.
Play the politics of it.
Play the politics and also present a formidable candidate. I'm yet to see one. I'm not somebody who has the real requisite experience and exposure to do it, not just somebody who has been offered.
The political influence to push that.
So for me, we are at that point where there was a time when there was the zoning was done to the Yorubas.
Yes.
All the candidates filled, the candidates that were, the main presidential candidates were Yoruba people. There was a time it was done to the north.
Yeah.
So the candidates were northerners.
Yeah.
You know, so by virtue of north, west, south, it is expected that interpolitics for equity, it should be done
that way.
To the south.
Yes.
You might not say you want southeast, or you might say, okay, both southeast and south-south, but at least it must go to that south. That is my own opinion in terms of fair play. I have 3 children. If I want to give somebody something, I look at it that, do I have enough to give all 3 of them? If you cannot go around, I'll not give.
Okay, let me take this call. Yakub, are you there?
Good morning, Morayo.
Morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Morayo, it is simple. For the fact that we are talking about the 2023 election now, it is good to talk about it. And then, Morayo, I want to tell you this. Nobody, I repeat, nobody is going to give you power on a platter of gold.
True.
If you don't get your politics right, you cannot get it. Let me give you a typical example here. The Southeast region, there has been a lot of PDP since 1999.
They've been a lover.
Hello?
What happened?
Oh, I really wanted to hear him. So, I mean, now, PDP also is coming together.
Yes,
they need to also come up with a candidate. But the point is, I want us to leave the region zoning variable.
Okay.
Let's go to youthful. Then we have a woman who, I heard, I listened to her interview on Sunday. I think we're trying to see if she can come on your view also. She is obviously very passionate about Nigeria, and she's interested. Now, is there any problem in us giving a young person an opportunity? Yes, they don't have the political antecedents. They don't have the political strength or what they call it. There's this thing they call it, this political term they use, the machinery, political machinery to drive themselves. They need support. They just say, listen, I'm interested. I have integrity. I'm very passionate about this country, and I know I can do the job. Give me an opportunity. Why are we not seeing that option? Because this young lady, a lot of people, I think for anything else, she might just break the record of the highest votes for a female candidate, because the last one only had 2. She's likely to get way more than 2. So the point is, why are we not seeing her as an option? Or why should people see her as an option?
So I guess this is where the conversation about the government you have is the government you deserve. The last election period, we had some young people come out, and I remember one of the party founders of this young group sat down and he said he was pumped and excited to go, but then when people that were supposed to be like support, youth groups were now coming to him, they wanted to see him, so he was just happy that if the youth recognize us, youth to youth, they understand what we're about to do, and they were asking them for money that they did not have, money to do what they needed to do. And all they would have wanted, and that would have been important, is for the youth to go out and speak up and use their vote. So now, that's the sort of, there's one thing to talk and castigate the different options that people have, but then it's another thing to use your card and make a difference. You want a young person, you want a fresh mind. What are you doing apart from just sitting down and just talking about it and calling other people out? A young person like this should, and we do it not, apart from being young, also we talk about women too in politics, where women would say we have the larger number when it comes to numbers. Women are in their largest numbers, but we don't see it reflect at the polls. What is happening? Because it is much more than just sitting down talking about it. Sometimes you may not have the machinery, but do you have the people? Are the people willing to take that step for you? And that's it.
Can you turn the tide? Because we might be thinking everybody's going this way.
Like
but
Obama did.
So you never know.
People.
So, go ahead.
Mount Rushmore says, it was never zoned to Yorubas. Obasanjo and Ekweme slugged it out for the PDP ticket twice. So thanks for the... Then a female president will serve well, but it's not about that. And someone else is saying Kingsley Moghalu for president.
Why didn't Tony Elumelu come forward? I mean, I know he's a
There's still
It's
time.
time.
People are still declaring. I'm still
Some
going to
people are not
declare.
politicians.
Yeah, please declare.
I'm still going to declare.
I will vote for you,
I'm
honey.
kidding.
So
not
another
declare
thing we
for
should
don't
look at,
declaring
what
sake
are our core problems that we need to solve?
Okay, wait, let me go on a
Before-
break
okay.
because I want to come. Okay, I have a call first.
we
Good
have
morning, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
here.
tweet.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Finally.
Yes, I love Khadija. I love her boldness.
Yes.
However, there are some things that I would have wished you would have loved to know. You need to start from the day as a councillor, as a chairman, and then a governor. You develop your political career. People now, you now begin to make impact at your locality. It is at that level of locality, at the base level, people begin to market you. It's your work that will market you. It's from growing you gather experience. It's difficult doing the job of it without experience. Yes, there is a place for competence, there's a place for hard work, but you need the experience that you grow with to do some kind of job.
Dr. Moyo,
You can-
I hear that argument a lot. And I'm interested, I had that same argument with somebody on Saturday. And I said, we are almost in a pit, Nigerians. We're struggling to get some fresh air. We have been very frustrated. At this time, if I were a Nigerian, I'll put up all our regular political experience. And for that one, if I was going to vote, I don't care where you come from.
Oh, really?
Donald Trump, for example, didn't have any political career. He came in because he had business. He had something to come say, you know what, I've run a business before. So somebody who has run a business. MK Abiola never had a political experience. He had built wealth.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm coming for. So right now, as a Nigerian, I'm not looking for antecedents. Just come, you are different. Maybe you're a possible candidate. But there's an elephant in the room that we have refused to talk about.
Which is?
We're going to go on a break. When we come back, we'll discuss it. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so before the break, I was talking about the fact that, yes, the former governor of Lagos State has also expressed his intention. And obviously, there are mixed feelings. You know, some say his experience, based on his blueprint in Lagos State, obviously, he has the right experience to actually run for office, and that it's been his lifelong ambition also to run for office. So, and he has a lot of support. I mean, when you talk about political machinery, he has it. Now, there are other parts of the fact that people are saying, there are different arguments saying, maybe right now we're thinking of something totally new. So in your view, do you think that, why do you think people are not, why do you think that Nigerians, we have that for and against arguments? Let me come to Sopo, your thoughts on it.
I think there will always be arguments for and against every candidate. Because that's the way election works. There will be people for you, there will be those against you.
Yeah.
That's life.
I'm someone who feels that the entire Southwest has benefited from sort of this leadership of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That sort of, yes, some people feel like he's overpowering. Some people will say that he's insisting on his own people and all of that. But largely, there's been a sort of positive cohesion in development that people attribute to him. My only worry is health. We've heard so much about it that maybe he's not in perfect health. If there's an opportunity for him to say, oh, I'm in good health, he's a Nigerian, he's a politician, he's in a party, he has a right to campaign, he has a right to ask that people that he wants to become a president, and he has already declared he's going to go ahead regardless of whether I agree or not. Because I've been coming from the back of our president saying he cannot do
more than 8 hours.
He cannot even do the 8 hours. How can I attempt to do 8 hours? I mean, that's my only concern. And I campaigned for our current president in the first term. Second time, I did not campaign. So before anybody started coming.
All right, let me take
so that's the health part
to
I'm a bit concerned
Hello,
about.
Omolara, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sisters. Okay, so I want to contribute concerning the election thing. For me, good morning, sisters. Good morning. I want to talk about this election because the caller before me was saying, oh, you should have an history in politics before you can be elected. I feel it's wrong. It's wrong. It's also corruption. The people we have that have this political history, what have they given to us for past years? We want people who have experience. If you are a business person and you have done well, let them hear. Let them let people elect them in. We cannot continue this way. Corruption everywhere. I remember when I was in Abuja, when we want to elect her, who called the name? When money was being shared everywhere. Why? And we said they have political history. Give a layman who has succeeded in his business. I believe those people will do well. Enough of all this political history. You must start from being a senator, even when they are there. What have they done in their constituency? What have they achieved? What have they impacted in the life of people? So let's forget about all those aspects. Let's put people who have business ideas, people who have succeeded, who are successful, and let them do it zone by zone. Enough of all this there. Why do you feel it's only your tribe or your culture or your ethnic that has the oil?
Right. Thank you very much. So in the issue of, thank you very much, I'll come to you, BC. In the issue of health, because I know that Ashwaju recently was, in the last 48 hours, is going to like about Kano, Zamfara, different states. So obviously he's in top health for now, for me, if we want to look at it that way. I know that he went to Zamfara, Oyo, Katsina, Kano, and he's still going around the country for different reasons. But let me come to you, BC, because I'm going to be moving from that conversation to another angle, another variable that we've not touched on.
All right, so for me, Nigeria needs a strong person, strong personality, someone who would be able to make decisions and stand by it, not caring of the consequences, so to speak. Not someone who would want to be nepotistic or play towards the gallery, party politics. We need somebody who is going to come in and stand and fight for Nigeria. That's what we need. Having said that, I haven't seen a lot of young people project somebody. So I know that the young people have the will, the power to do anything if they want to do it. They can gather funds on social media if they want to do it. So money is not the problem. I haven't seen that united front from young people, because over on this show we've been talking about how do we get young people to come and, help us in this country. Till today we haven't seen somebody that all the youths are, queuing behind to say we're supporting this. Yes, we're supporting this person. We're raising funds on social media. We're raising this. We're raising that. We can raise funds and dash to musicians that already has money, but we cannot raise funds for the things that we need to do. So I haven't seen that. Until we get that right, we'll still be played by these political big heads who have the machinery because they see that we are not united. Anybody has a right to come out and say, I want to be president. And we're going to look at your track record. What have you done so far? While you were a governor, you know that you achieved this, that. People can speak up and say this is what they benefited from that. But going to the federal is a different ball game. Do you have what it takes
so I was going to go there.
Handle it at that time?
The other variable I was going to go into is the fact that the Osinbajo variable. He's already in the system. There's another school of thought saying, shouldn't he run? He has not declared. I'm just saying that people are saying there's a group that are saying that he should also come out to declare, because we're all talking about all the projections towards 2023. And they're saying he's already in the system. He understands exactly, because playing politics in the southwest or southeast is totally different from going to the federal. They are two totally different things. So
at least he's
worked
on the economy.
So would he be able to be a better option for Nigerians based on what we're seeing? But
okay, I've seen across the world and different countries, usually the vice president after his principal's tenure would just likely run, because it's like a continuation of what we have started, or people have or he has made he carved a different niche for himself. As with Osinbajo, a lot of people have their feelings for who he can be as an individual, and many people would like to see that. But there's something I'm noticing about this particular atmosphere this time around, that now people are not waiting. We're not hearing politicians say, I did not want to run, but they have been asking me to run, and politicians are coming and say, I want to run. I want to take over from you when you leave. So anyone that's interested has to come out like that. And I like it this way, because tomorrow when you're president, you not give us the, we cannot, there will not have been the excuse of, my supporters made me, I thought about it, I didn't see it until the pastors came and sat down with me and people made me run. Anyone that's interested should come out, and for me, that shows the strength of character. Quickly, at least that's one of the things that you will be strong enough, we have talked bold enough to push for some policies and make sure that it happens. Especially, I'm talking of insecurity here. And I feel that a lot of the things politics had modeled a lot of things that would have worked for us. And I need someone that will be able to stand in spite of political affiliations to push for what is right in Nigeria.
So, the objective of our conversation really was just to hear our thoughts on all the various people that are coming and all the various angles, of the options that we have, and the various factors that may affect our decision. But eventually, The excitement has started. We're waiting for more parties to come forward. We are missing more people to come forward. We'd like to see more technocrats. We'd like to see more young people.
A year from
like
the
to see
businessmen.
like to see
Experts.
other politicians. Governor Yahaya Bello, not talking about him.
Yeah.
He is really, I mean,
He's been
on this thing.
to declare.
Yeah, he was actually one of the first.
Yes,
He's been on this matter. So, but watching him closely, we'll see. I mean, when the games really begin.
He's one of the youngest
we'll see.
as
He's one
well.
of the youngest, yes,
Politicians.
definitely. So I think it's good. We can wrap up on that.
Is he younger than Khadija?
But I think maybe we should start declaring now.
But Morayo, we still have
We
a
don't
full
declare
year.
for just
And within that full year, we still need to
you need to
protect
be-
ourselves.
Yeah.
So we still have a security and economic crisis for the next 1 year before the election.
What are they
So
doing
while
now?
we're doing politics, can we ensure...
Campaign starts this year.
I know. The next year is elections.
Yeah.
But can the people in charge now,
Yes.
can they focus, our president, our House of Assembly members, can they still ensure they are protecting and pushing laws to preserve us?
They are
They are all
different
big
from
politics.
Yes, now they're
I don't
finishing it.
know.
They're not coming back. So they should keep facing Nigeria. But while the politicians who want to run for
That's what
office,
she's
they are
saying,
not.
and I'm saying that
I'm
they are not
agreeing with
concerned.
her.
What
They
Khadija
should
is
not
doing does not affect what Buhari is doing.
Should not.
What
they are going to declare to him.
Umahi is doing does not.
But does not affect him in any
should
way.
do his
Okay,
work.
let's
Anyways,
carry on
He's
the
trying
ball.
to clean
In a
up.
nutshell, the games have started because people are declaring. Ashwaji started. Well, I would say Governor Yahaya Bello started last year.
Yes.
You know, he said it. But when Ashwaji now announced, everybody said, the Jagaban has announced. Yeah, let's start announcing. Let's start announcing. But we don't know what these things mean. But we're watching, we're observing, we're seeing how things play out. And we really think like may the best man or woman win at the end of the day. That's the most important thing for Nigerians. Let's go on a break. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Breaking for today.